And when I say I crashed a motorcycle, what I actually mean is I was on a little bitty mini bike and I stopped on a patch of concrete and just fell over.
$10 on 13 next to and glass. Here we go. Headed underneath. Call it $110.
Oh, that looks good.
No, it doesn't look good. It's the wrong answer.
Terrible.
Every hat that Maya picks up in here, it doesn't matter how weird it is, every hat he picks up, he's like, oh, I'm buying this one.
Had a great auction. First auction we ever did was in the West Bottoms.
Oh yeah, the first auction I ever did?
Yeah.
It was in the West Bottoms.
West Bottoms. It was
Ask
awesome.
me how it was.
Oh, it was crazy.
There was a point in the night, about an hour and a half in, when it had crumbled to the point that it was no longer salvageable, where I walked out of the auction house, down a half a flight of stairs, and then I sat on the stairs crying, wondering what I was going to do to rescue myself from the $100,000 in cash I'd spent to open this thing up.
It was bad.
Antique spurs, they love those. Corn shucker. And a pair of Victorian skates. These are cool, Julie. These are like the New Mexico, Mexican style. They have the larger spur tips on them.
Oh.
And then they have the little jinglers that jingle. Yeah, they're cool. Those are early. Not early, well, they're old, yes, but they're also. If anybody finds a jar for this, that's a good one.
So yeah, it was rough.
Have you learned a lot since then?
I don't learn that.
Nope, he hasn't. No, he had enough. He didn't learn enough from that one that here we are. But you know, we're doing a better. You're doing a better job, aren't you?
I don't learn lessons very well. This week we have a lot of antiques to sell. More than usual, not as much collectibles, lots of antiques. They include some of this really fun stuff. This vintage doll furniture, this should sell really well in here tonight. Looking $30 to $50 a flat, maybe a little bit more even on some of them, better stuff. One of the things they always love down here, uranium glass. And I have 3 flats of the uranium glass. This is that glass that glows. It's really pretty, does really well. I expect it to be $50 a flat or more. Fun stuff in this auction includes these Hallmark ornaments from Christmas Vacation.
Merry Christmas.
Super collectible, Clark Griswold. Whole flat of those. That flat's gonna sell for $150 to $200. On the other antique side, we have this wonderful Civil War era sword. Beautiful officer sword, probably cavalry. Rough condition, but it does exist. It's a good piece. $75 to $100 on that. I have a wild card this evening. That is these vintage pool cues. They're by really good brands. Some of them are several hundred to a few $1,000s a piece. I don't know if my audience is going to understand what these are. They're worth between about $300 and $3,000 each. I have no idea what they're going to bring. I just don't have a clue. I don't know if they're going to understand them here or not. Someone, if they buy them in here cheap, is going to make a lot of money off of me. One of my favorite things in here is this World War II U.S. Navy bomber jacket. This one's painted with the gentleman's name and then his nickname of Earl. Great piece of World War II memorabilia. Really cool jacket. I'm hoping we find someone in here who really likes this. It's a good little thing. Should be worth $200 to $500. We have lots more antiques. Back here in the showcase, a little bit of stuff this week. Among the best things in here, this Civil War era buckle should bring $100 to $150. Neat thing. Civil War era buckles, and it's got the original clip on it still. It's not broken. It is an original piece. I don't know, pretty cool. See how that does. Also, we have this miniature little girl's toy sewing machine.
Sewing machine.
Now, it's a toy sewing machine, but it is a working sewing machine, so you could actually sew with this. Good little piece, should bring $150 to $250. I love this. So this is, I don't know who made this one. It is modeled after a Tiffany vase. It is Carrell glass set with sterling silver. If it's Tiffany, it should bring $2,000 or $3,000. If it's not Tiffany, it should still bring a few hundred. I don't know how it's gonna do. I'll call it 100 to 500. I love this giant Santa Claus. It's modeled after the Rushton Santas. Now, I don't know if it's Rushton or not. It's not tagged, and I haven't seen a Rushton that's that big. And honestly, the face is a little bit different. But the Rushton rubber face Santas are usually, you know, $50 to $100 in here. I think this one ought to bring all of 100. 75 to 150 is what we'll call it. Cool piece. Now, we sell a lot of these in here. This Edison phonograph. We sell these all the time. This one does not have a horn and does not have its original crank. When we sell them, they typically bring a few $100s. I don't know about it without the crank and the horn, probably in the $200 to $400 range if I had to guess. One of the really great pieces in here, I don't know about value, but as far as like eye appeal goes, this is really neat. This is a Hamilton Laundry, Sioux City, Iowa laundry box. It's really neat, good advertising on the front. It's made really well. It looks great. It ought to bring $100 to $200 tonight. In the back, we're gonna try something different. Normally I run these rugs online, but this time I'm gonna try a couple in here. So these are antique Persian rugs.
Huh? Respect the 18th century Persian carpet.
They're hand knotted. They're beautiful. They're really, this one's not as old as the other one, but it's pretty good. This is probably 75 to 100 years old. And this one's probably 100 to 150 years old. So these hand knotted rugs ought to bring between $200 and $500 a piece. They're beautiful rugs. They're great antiques. They should be really good. We're gonna sell this really cool early IBM PC Junior computer. This one's in its box. It's an early PC in its original box with the monitor and the keyboard. It's a cool piece. Some of this stuff has really kind of taken off in value. The early Apple computers could sell for giant amounts of money. This one, I don't know. IBM is cool. I don't know if it's as cool as Apple, but we're gonna sell it in here anyway with the box and paperwork. Again, I don't really know, 75 to maybe 300, but next to it is a great antique. So there's this hurdy-gurdy, this crank handle musical hurdy-gurdy. So if you ever watch the cartoons from the 1930s and 20s, you always see some gentleman playing this while a monkey dances around. Cool piece, we don't get them very often, and this one has all of its original stenciling on it. The market on it is probably $800 to $1,200, and I would expect it to bring $400 to $600 in here. Call it $300 to $500, somewhere in that kind of price range. It's a really cool thing that you don't see very often, and we don't get them here at all. They're really old. On the sides tonight, we're gonna sell some toy cars. We have some advertising cars. This is a Briggs & Stratton truck, so you would have got this at the Briggs & Stratton store. When you bought the lawnmower, these would have been available on the counter. They were produced by Nylent for Briggs & Stratton. Cool piece of advertising. And then we have some other little die-cast cars. And these die-cast cars are cool. They tend to like these in here. They're easy to sell for people, so they buy them up. None of them are terribly valuable. The best one is probably the advertising truck, and I expect that would bring $50 to $100 in here. Neat, neat, neat thing though, in the box like that. I have this 1950s Halloween costume. It's a skeleton on the black costume. Neat piece. It's good. It's a good old costume. What's it worth? Hard to say. But it is a unique thing. It's kind of fun. They tend to like the macabre stuff, especially as it relates to kids. I expect that's going to bring $25 to $50, but with potential upside because it's a skeleton on a kid's costume, so it's very cool. This is a fun piece. This is a turn of the century ladies side saddle. You rode sideways, you didn't straddle the horse back in the day. This is probably 125, 150 years old. It is so amazing that it survived. It's a cool piece of American history. This one, no one knows what this is worth. Could be worth $10 in here, could be worth $300. I have this 17th century prayer book. This one's dated 1640, I think, with notes and annotations. 19 sermons concerning prayer. And this was produced in 1641, really early. This is an amazing little book. And it's in its original binding. Now, the binding's been reinforced at some point in time, but it's not the kind of thing we see very often down here. You don't see many 400-year-old books. I would imagine that would bring $150, maybe $200. It's an amazing artifact.
How do you keep the energy high during long auctions?
We just do. We're both very energetic. I think it just carries the room. I think Cato and I know how to keep going. And he may not say this, but we thrive on attention. And one thing,
no, I'd say it. I live for attention.
Yeah, so one thing the auction supplies us with are eyeballs looking at us, which is what the fuel.
Hey, get this. You know how much I like attention? I actually built my own stage.
You built a stage.
I built a stage for myself to get up in front of people on. I love attention.
So the auction is the fuel that pushes the energy forward.
You want a little bracket in there? About guys out, 110 here to 120. 110 $4. Look where we have a little antique doctor's bag. Put Jeremiah on a little quilt. Good quality, but I think it's modern. Someone start being 5 and go on a quilt. I'm at 5 here now, 7.5 here now, 10 here now, 12.5 now, 15 here, 17.5. 15 here now, 17.5, 7.5 here now, 20, 20 here, 20.5 here now, 22.5 here now, 5. Car number 36, 36. Look where we have on a fire truck, and a 4 fire truck with a rib. Another quilt. Here we go. Another little quilt. Someone start me at 5 and go on a better quilt. Hold it. There you go. Car number 2. The Jeremiah on my 18. That one. That one. On the 1641.
What's your favorite thing to sell?
Favorite thing to sell. Okay. I like selling vintage toys.
Yeah, there we go.
That's always fun. They love vintage toys down here.
Everyone loves them.
And since we run between 7 and 10 houses a week through the live auction, there's always vintage toys that got left in someone's house. Here we usually sell childhood fresh collections. I love selling that stuff. It's great.
How's your week been?
What's that?
How's your week been?
I crashed a motorcycle.
Motorcycle accident?
And now my knee is tore up so bad it's oozing out of my Band-Aid.
That's
when I
not
say I
good.
crashed a motorcycle, what I actually mean is I was on a little bitty mini bike and I stopped on a patch of concrete and just fell over.
I've done that on like some scooters and bikes before.
Yeah, but you're not 52. I barely skinned my knee and I hurt for 4 days.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Any memorable audience reactions or funny mishaps?
Oh yeah. Okay, so the very first auction I ever ran, I have these friends, Pat and Wanda, and we love them. They're fantastic buyers, but they're also like super wonderful people. Like on a personal level, I love them. Ran that first auction. Now I ran into Pat, like, this is months later after that very first auction, and Pat comes up to me and he goes, I just want you to know. And he's smiling while he's doing it. He's not being hateful. He's just smiling. He goes, I just want you to know. That was the worst run auction I've ever been to.
Oh, God.
And Pat's been going to auctions since he was 20. You know what he said? He said, but also, those are the best deals I ever got. So he rubbed salt in the wound at the end. I think someone turned this into a radio. Is that a radio dial? That's not a phone dial. Oh yeah, someone turned this into a radio.
Honey, what we put in this one?
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a thing. What's in there?
I don't remember. Hold on.
You did it at the
I'm
end.
just
I
curious.
tried to keep like themes together. Oh,
Oh, ammunition and books.
and books, and there's a silverware thing in there.
Literally the two heaviest things.
Yeah.
Ammunition and books.
We need more ammunition.
I keep waiting for some of it to show up. Like No, there's some real obscure stuff. It's on labels that are not regular labels that's like super rare. Some of those are they can be worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. Yeah. Blue notes, that's what I was trying to get to, blue notes. I had blue in my mind, I couldn't get to the back part of it, yes.
Is it true that you once made the pastor's wife hold up an auction, a still, in your live auction?
Sorry, Sean. Yeah, I once. Oh, you.
We try to take anything in pastoral hands that comes to our auction house. I will be the sacrificial pig if I'm there. I will yank it out of somebody's hand.
Yeah, well, it didn't work out right. I looked up from the thing, and I was like, all right, let's sell that still. And Sean, one of my pastors, is holding a still up like this over his head. And I'm like, oh, am I really going to make my pastor sell a still? And then I did. And then I looked up, and his wife, the pastor's wife, she's holding up a beer sign. Oh. You know what's in it?
Doilies.
Is it all doilies?
Doilies.
Is it just a whole box of doilies?
What are some of the different ways people bid?
Oh, watch! I'm gonna bid. I'm gonna do a Carrell Auctions bid from the back of the room. You ready for this? Here it goes. See it? I'll do it again in case you missed it. Watch.
Oh God, it is what they do. There's one that'll do this. They'll be like,
I've seen that too. Well, most of these guys are pretty good, but they get genuinely concerned that someone is going to see them bidding and try to hurt them out of meanness. The world is not a kind place, and it's less of a kind place in an auction house.
well, the problem is they're right.
They're right. They're trying to hide their bid because it's like, if that guy sees me bid, he's going to drive me up on purpose.
Well, plus the guy in the back knows that you'll pay more money for that, and he'll run you up to what he thinks you'll pay just for the sake of doing it.
What keeps you passionate?
It's novelty for you.
It's novelty. It's not my life. It doesn't wrap up everything I do. I have a job. I work, and then I help out the auctions on Wednesday nights. For him also, it's an addiction. It's an addiction to things.
I hate stuff.
No,
I hate stuff.
He hates stuff the way that a heroin user hates heroin.
That's fair.
You know, you hate it, but I mean, it is heroin. He may say, that he's not into things.
I do not like stuff.
Can I pause for 1 second here? I'm gonna show you something. Real quick. I'm gonna just show you this. Here, look. You see this right here? This has been sitting here. Oh, it doesn't roll.
It's getting picked up.
This has been sitting here for at least six months, and I am fairly certain that it's radioactive. And do you see this? Just been sitting there. And do you know why it's sitting there? Tell her why, Kato.
Tammy didn't sell it yet.
Why didn't you sell it yet, Kato?
I don't know.
And there it sits.
But look how cool it is.